And it looks like the race has started for everyone.
The Power Glove in Sanctuary, and my first shield in Link's house.
What an exciting start already.
ProblemsIRL taking Link's house, everyone else hitting Sanctuary first.
Looks like Swerb and Dylan doing the Houlihan room.
We're getting 5 rupees out of the crab and 5 rupees off of one of the tree poles. So Houlihan room is not a bad thing to start off with.
Not at all. It's just a partial gamble because you never know if you're going to get a lot of rupees in early, or if you'll really need to buy bombs.
Dylan heading in to catch Uncle. And apparently something good in race game, because Problems went, checked it out, and is going for it. And a big 20 in the mushroom spot. It's a key of some kind. Small key to pod. Small key to thieves.
Yep, thieves down there. Uncle has flippers.
Well, then it's a good thing that they went after Houlihan room first.
Nothing worse than trying to attempt that Houlihan room, and the first item you get out of Sanctuary is the flippers. Happened to me a couple times.
Swerb heading over to get his pod key and a piece of heart in tavern. Problems heading for Chicken Hut.
Just a big 20 there. Got Walking Eye buying some bombs.
Meanwhile, Dylan is going to head over and pick up that pod key.
This entire beginning section will be pretty much all the same, just different order people will check in, just basic overworld item checks. Problems farming for those bombs. Doesn't feel like spending some of that money. Oop, actually doesn't have enough money, so gotta.
Swerb buying those bombs. What's that, Lassie? Walking Eye's falling down the well. Gets a Ganon's Tower map.
Very useful.
And a Pizza Heart in the back of the well. Ice Palace map.
Dark Palace key, and the blue tunic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Ganon's Tower map completely useless?
Oh yeah. Just like the Hyrule Castle one.
Meanwhile, Problems and Walking Eye heading down to Blind's basement.
Oh, I just noticed Dylan doesn't have any bombs yet.
Ice Palace key, 50 rupees, Quack medallion, and Hyrule Castle map, the other useless map.
Oh, we have the flute.
Early flute is always a good thing to get, as long as you remember you have it.
I'm sure after they activate the flute, they'll probably flute down to South Hyrule there, to the dam.
That is always a good idea.
Nothing like getting the Quack Medallion and then freeing the duck.
And it's 3 bombs on the ledge in the library. Isn't there only the one key for Thieves' Town?
I believe so, actually, yeah.
I'm used to running standard and open modes.
Keysanity is its own wonderful little beast. It'll troll you one way or another. Just like realizing you have all the items for Swamp Palace, only to realize you don't have the Swamp Palace key.
Okay, big 20, 10 arrows, and half magic in the back of Escape.
Nice. That could be useful early on.
And Swerb heading down to get that same 3 items.
Got problems going to Ice Cave.
And Walking Eye getting those as well.
Dylan buying his red meringue there, activating his flute.
Ice Cave has a 5 arrow upgrade. Swerb heading into Sluice Gate.
Ooh, the hook shot.
Oh, that's a nice item to get early.
We could see a play to Death Mountain right after this.
Yeah, I think that's a good play.
We'll see what Mini Moldorm Cave has soon.
Yeah, now that he's got the hook shot, there's a big key of some kind under the dam.
Turtle Rock.
Now, have we gotten any Light World maps yet?
Not to my knowledge. Alright, let's see what these 5 items in here are. The Moon Pearl.
5 rupees. Full
It's
heart container. Another Pizza Heart, and a 5 bomb upgrade.
Got some good value out of that, the Moon Pearl.
And a full heart container. With only 3 hearts, that full heart container is value. Walking Eye heading down and doing the Zelda rescue part of Escape. Gets 300 rupees out of that first chest.
With Without a weapon, it is very dangerous sometimes, because right now he's just relying on bombs and stun kills.
Problems has not gotten the flippers from Uncle yet, but fake flippers up to get the chests and Zora. Well, the chests.
Thing there.
The chest, because he can't even get Zora yet because he doesn't have the money. Gets 3 bombs
and the Swamp Palace big key. Opting not to check the Zora ledge at all.
Which I don't blame him for that. There's a key of some kind on the Hylia Island. He's heading over to check Hobo.
I can honestly say I've never walked over to Hobo before. Swerb heading off to East Side Death Mountain. We got Walking Eye finishing up the ball and chain guard. Unfortunately, just 50 rupees.
But he can go up and check. He's got enough money to do Zora.
Yep. Castle Dungeon had plenty of rupees.
The hammer and
nice.
a piece of heart in Paradox Cave.
Ooh, silvers.
No silverless Ganon here. Another pod small key.
Turtle Rock key.
An Ice Palace compass. Tower of Hera is available to Swerb. Well, unless it requires a fire.
Can at least check the 2 items that are in there before requiring a key of some sort.
That's true.
So even just a quick little dip might be worth it.
Walking Eye picks up his hook shot.
Looks like that will be what Swerb is doing, headed into Hera right now.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen someone do the Dark Death Mountain Cave to get Dennis. Bugnet in the cage.
Just opting not to pick it up.
And pod map.
Be some useful information once be able to go into the dark world and see what it is.
You know, I don't really agree with that play from Swerb. I think I would have picked up the Bugnet just for the safety.
I would have picked it up too. It's always nice to have that just in case.
Swerb heading into Spiral Cave.
Sometimes you just want to fight Aghanim with a Bugnet. Can't blame him. That nice bomb drop there. Playing that Moldorm really safe at the end there, with with a half a heart.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you don't blame him with half a heart. Gets the Tower of Hera map.
Dylan picking up their goods, picking up their silvers.
And Tower of Hera is a blue pendant.
Not required to beat, but still has a couple items locked inside. Alright, looks like Swerb is opting to go through Kakariko Village Dark Warp there.
Walk and I heading up to get the 2 chests from the waterfall and probably Zora while he's there. Swamp.
Did not quite catch those. So we're making the play into Skull Woods here. Oh, I did not catch what Walking Eye, if he checked the Zora ledge there. Might be seeing it in a bit. Swerb finds the map to Eastern there.
Zora has a small key to Skull Woods. That's an expensive key.
Very much so. It's not really that useful.
And the key chest has a small key for Skull Woods.
Oh, Swerb finds the bow.
That gives Swerb a lot of that gives Swerb the ability to do massive damage.
It's a lot of damage.
Picking up bow and silvers. Green pendant is Thieves' Town. As Walking Eye goes over and checks Rufus Xavier's sarsaparilla and gets the mirror and a pizza heart and a full heart.
Putting those silvers to use early on, killing those Gibdos.
Well, I don't blame them. Those Gibdos take a crap ton of damage.
And with just the hammer, hammering those Gibdos is kind of a pain sometimes.
And more than a little scary given the damage they do.
Oh yeah.
Desert Palace small key in the vanilla big key chest for Skullwoods.
Walk and I starting the Eastern Palace collection. Still no lamp. Be interesting to see if they will do the dark room.
ProblemsIRL heading up into Skullwoods. Gets a big 20 from the bowling ball room.
Swerb finds the Cane of Samaria in the C-shaped house.
That is always a great item to find.
Finding most of the items that usually elude most people in some seeds very early on, so always nice to get. And Swerb gets Bombos there.
We still have no swords.
Gotta. Oh, there's the lamp.
I love lamp.
I also love lamp. Got Dylan here with the hype cave, picking up the rudder. Oh, there's the mitts.
Well, it was actually a hype cave this time. Because the mitts are required for this seed. Oh, I missed one of them. One of the 5/6 is Turtle Rock, but I missed what the other one was.
Swerb taking a death just to leave Thieves Town.
And it's just a 5-arrow upgrade in treasure chest game.
Got Dylan checking this nice little cave here.
Is that ice rod or fire rod in that hut?
It's not looking so hot. It is looking like the ice rod.
I couldn't see the gem on top well enough to tell. Swerb heading over to do digging game, as is Dylan.
Get to see some hot side-by-side digging action. Looks like Swerb is in the lead digging. Very close. It's a big key. And it's the Eastern.
I would speculate that at this point, I would put Swerb in the lead in his race, and I'm not sure on the other race.
I would put Problems ahead. And Swerb clearing Eastern is a play that he can do. It just depends if he is gonna go over there or if he's gonna try and go into pod.
Dylan is taking the Breadsmith and Peg Cave. It's Pod is the other one. Pod and Turtle Rock are 5/6.
Oh boy, so we definitely need to find that fire rod for sure.
Swerb heading to do Hype Cave.
Getting his red mail and Titan's mitts.
Turtle Rock map from the Mapsmiths.
Walking Eye getting their silvers. Looks like Swerb is going to rescue the old man there. See what he has.
Dylan heading with taking Gary's lunchbox on the world tour. Problems heading over to do digging game. Get his Eastern Palace big key.
Unfortunately, Swerb getting bullied by dead rocks.
It was a Misery Mire key from Dennis. Looks like Swerb's heading over to make the Eastern Palace play.
If he will drop by into the hut there and get the 3 items. Looks like he might do that later.
So he's probably going to do that on the way out.
No real advantage of getting the mirror for Eastern at all. No real use.
Right. Desert, on the other hand, very useful.
Yep. And with the mitts and the mirror, can get into desert now. See if people jump to desert or if they'll check Dark Death Mountain at all.
And it looks like Misery Mire, or not Misery Mire, Ice Palace is a crystal.
Walking Eye getting there, Titan's mitts and red mail.
And Dylan using the flute to make the Gary's Lunchbox trek much shorter. Problems running through Eastern as well. Thievestown Big Key from Gary's Lunchbox. And a single green rupee in the vanilla big key chest in Eastern.
Had to be somewhere.
No, there's still one more of them to find.
Almost 30 minutes in. Still no sword.
Still no sword.
Looks like Dylan's gonna pick up their 300 rupees there. And we have Swerb about to jump in the Armas fight there.
Problems picks up another Turtle Rock key.
Oh, that's right. They can get into Turtle Rock now.
And Swerb into fighting Armos.
Clean fight, no wasted arrows there.
And it is a crystal.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. We need a sword to get into Turtle Rock. My mistake. Still have yet to see what Turtle Rock and Meyer need medallion-wise. Either way, they need to find something.
To answer the question in chat, this is not swordless Keysanity. They just haven't found one yet. DarkDyllon heading through the backside of Escape.
Have we found any castle tower keys? I don't believe so.
I believe you're right. We have not. Swerb is going to check Misery Mire.
Looks like we're getting the Mire desert check. Swerb getting those iframes.
And it's Bombos to get into Mire.
Oh, there it is. 31 minutes in.
And a big key, Skullwood's big key. We have not had the Palace of Darkness big key yet. Swerb heading into desert. Meanwhile, Walk and I picks up his cane. And a big 20 there. I did not notice what was on the lamp, the bonk lamp, though. 3 bombs in Cape Cave. There's a big key of some kind on the bonk lamp.
Oh boy. That could be the big key to Ganon's tower. You never know.
And Kane Bryan. Problems picks up his sword.
Swerb going over to check the checkerboard cave.
Dylan's got enough money, he's gonna head up and check Zora. Skullwood small key. Swerb's also heading over to check Agina's cave.
Let's see what he's saved up for.
I think that's a good place to route that in.
Yep, you're right there. Might as well do it. And it's the heart container. Walking Eye picking up their Bombos medallion.
If you are enjoying what you're watching, give these runners a follow.
Yeah, just give us a moment to update the runners there.
Also want to give a big shout out to our trackers, Jex Refi and Dragon Strike 1988. Problems heading over to get to do at least some of pod. Swerb heading into Hookshot Cave. I did not notice what was in the cave coming up. Gets an Ice Palace small key.
Oh, there's the fire rod.
There's Ruby Rod.
And our first castle tower key.
And it is Quack to get into Turtle Rock. Dylan picks up his bow.
I think Swerve's thinking about it. Oh, he's really thinking about it. Looks like he's going to open up Turtle Rock and possibly take a dip in there.
With what he knows so far, it's not a terrible play.
Oh, Dylan took a death. Looks like it was intentional.
ProblemsIRL has not really found anything major in pod thus far. Gets a bottle with a bee in it.
Oh, Walking Eye finding the Book of Medora in the Thieves Town big chest there.
I wonder if that means we might see a pedestal check from him.
It's a possibility. Walking Eye using the good old Cane of Samaria to fight blind there.
Oh, I love the cane strats for blind.
Cane strats are pretty good.
Although I prefer the Cane O'Brien strats. Because blind is one of the few enemies the Cane O'Brien will damage.
Oh yeah. And he just drops a big 20 there. Gets the grain pendant. Chain chomps are misbehaving a bit.
Well, because the chain chomps.
They're doing their job.
As Swerb keeps going deeper, and we have our validation arrow. As Swerb makes his way deeper into The Legend of Zelda Super Mario Brothers.
Problems finding the next sword upgrade in pod there.
Now, if he picks up his book, he can get the two tablets. And it looks like Problems is setting up Hammer Yump.
Gets it. Walking Eye picking up their bow.
Turtle Rock Compass. Oh, what at this point could be on the pedestal?
That's a good question. Because I'm not sure what the other pendants are.
Yeah. Misery Mire Big Key. Problems is going to head into Misery Mire.
Get your votes in on which fetch quest item is going to be on the pedestal.
Do you want to have a fetch quest?
It's a possibility. Who knows?
Someone in chat suggesting Ganon's Tower Big Key on pedestal.
The true key of defeating Ganon right there. Looks like Swerb is heading over to the laser bridge there.
And is just going to use Kane O'Brien to skip the...
That's where it gets a little bit scary.
Tower of Hera Compass.
It's getting pushed around.
And he is going to make his... he's going to take the safety door.
Always a good idea, just in case. And it looks like Problems found the other castle tower key in Mire. And it's just 5 arrow upgrade.
Could we potentially be at an Aghanim? Well, a castle tower required seed.
It's looking like it. It is an option. I have a question. Has anyone turned in the bottle yet to the sick kid?
Negative. And it looks like Swerb is going to go and do Master Sword Trinex.
He may opt to use the hammer as well.
And yes, the first sword was in Misery Mire Shed.
Yep, and that's what it's looking like. He's using the hammer. Deciding to switch over to the ice head. Just to make sure it doesn't troll the ground, troll you on the ground there.
Which I think that is a very good idea.
Yep.
Swerb does not have the Master Sword.
Oh no. Unfortunate death to Trinex there.
Well, Hammer Trinex is a definite challenge.
That it is. Nope, the arrows do not work on Trinex at all.
You don't need the Master Sword to use Medallion.
You just need a
a
sorted general.
And Dylan takes a death, not realizing how low his health was.
Swerb unsure that he killed the ice head. Made sure.
And he's through both heads. He's through both elemental heads.
We have Walking Eye going into Ice Palace.
Without the Fire Rod, mind you. Swerb finishes off Trinex.
Gets that crystal. Walking Eyes still has the fighter sword.
The Fire Rod, by the way, was in Hookshot Cave. To answer chat.
Without the fire rod or a good sword, Cold Stare is going to be a bit of a challenge with Hammer.
And Problems just easing his way through Vitreous to get a crystal.
Nothing better than a Vitreous fight with Silvers. Looks like we have Swerb checking the Spike Cave.
And to note Walking Eye, it is so very satisfying to get those two Stalfos Knights with one bomb.
Just a piece of heart in there.
Walking Eye getting the bomb jump.
Very nice. And where is Swerb gonna go? Is he gonna go to Skullwoods or is he gonna go to Thieves Town?
Well, that's an interesting question.
And it looks like Skullwoods.
Meanwhile, Problems is heading over to check Pyramid, and I know I would route Catfish in there too.
Yep, I would too.
Because there's not really a good place to route Catfish in.
Unfortunately, just 20 rupees there, and it looks like Problems is going for the Castle Tower. You routed that in that way. It's not a bad idea.
I agree, that's not a bad idea to route that in there.
Finds the magic cape in the Skullwoods big chest there.
Oh yes, Problems has also not done Uncle or Escape.
Ooh, the big key to pod is in Castle Tower. So they will for sure need to make their trek up the tower.
Interesting move from Walking Eye there. Bomb jumping across that gap in Ice Palace.
We found the Hyrule Castle key in ice there.
And
Problems doing escape.
DarkDyllon doing the Cane of Brian strats on blind.
Can't blame him. Do whatever works for you. Uh-oh, Swerb is kind of backed into a corner there. We have Walking Eye entering the Cold Stare fight. This is going to be quite the interesting fight.
I think we're going to see DarkDyllon heading over and doing pod into Eastern. I think we're going to see pod into Eastern into Green Pendant.
That would be the best way to route it in.
And Swerb dies to Cold Stare. That is a horrible death to take. Just from the time lost. Or, I'm sorry, not Swerb, Walking Eye.
Swerb getting in a very close fight. Gets a pod key. And Skullwoods was a nice little crystal there.
Walking Eye gets trolled by the Dead Rock.
Oh, I have some choice words about Dead Rocks. Don't get me started.
Yeah, a lot of runners do. But they would not be appropriate for a family-friendly stream.
We'll leave that for another day. Yep, we still need to figure out if desert or swamp is going to be the last crystal.
Problems making the play on Ice Palace. I don't know if I like the Ice Palace play here or not. Not having the Fire Rod. Walking Eye doing the Eastern Death Mountain checks. Swerb, meanwhile, getting a Pizza Heart in the behind the graveyard.
Walking Eye picking up their Fire Rod. And I feel like Swerb is probably going to swamp.
That's what it looks like.
Or he's checking cave, I think it's cave 45? He didn't have the mirror earlier when he went this way. Problems getting ready to set up for the Ice Palace bomb jump.
DarkDyllon gets his single arrow and his big bomb upgrade.
Man, can you believe the single arrow was just moved one chest over? I think again got kind of bored.
That Ice Palace bomb jump is the only bomb jump I can get.
It's one of the most useful bomb jumps, other than Hammer Yump. But it all depends on the situation.
You know, we still haven't seen the boots yet.
Yep, we'll see if they come into play. They by all means can. I don't recall, but was Bumper Cave checked at all?
Yes, it's 3 bombs.
Okay.
And the chain chomps are being chain chomps.
Oh, those guys.
I think now we're going to see Swerb make the play at Ice Palace or Swamp Palace. Or not.
This might be just a check on that side. You might be doing the palace and, the pyramid and catfish.
Oh.
Or the pyramid and castle tower play as well.
Swerb hasn't checked Uncle yet either.
Surprisingly enough. Still chance for the sub 1 minute or 1 hour Uncle check. The fire rod was in the hookshot cave. Got problems right outside Cold Stare. That fairy just did not want to go Walking Eye's way, but gets it anyway.
You know, even knowing that it takes a whole lot more hits, I think I would still use the sword instead of the hammer on Cold Stare.
A much better range, especially if you swing upwards.
And especially if you're down to a half a heart.
Nothing scarier than just a low HP Cold Stare fight.
Low HP Ganon fight is pretty scary too.
Yeah. I don't believe any of the tablets have been checked yet.
No tablets have been checked. Book was in the big chest in Thieves' Town.
And it looks like Dylan is the only one who can conceivably check those right now.
Was the second sword in Pod?
Yes.
It is a remarkable challenge to keep track of 4 streams at once.
Very much so. Sometimes it feels like I'm just focusing on a couple streams when others are going on. Got Walking Eye taking the safety door. Problems starting to make their way back to Pod. And Dylan finishes off the Armos Knights.
Swerb gonna head to escape. I think we're going to see Problems full clear Pod here.
In my opinion, it's not a bad idea. Looks like Dylan is going into Swamp.
That's not a bad play.
And I believe Walking Eye is going to Hera. Unfortunately, not able to check the Ether tablet.
Because he unfortunately does not have a second sword.
Yep.
Well, he can check and see what's in the Ether tablet, he just won't be able to get it. And it's just couch cash.
And I believe Walking Eye is going to check Spike Cave. It appears as if the video is not refreshing, so just hang with us for a bit. Fortunately, we won't be able to know what they have been picking up, so just hang in there, guys. We're gonna try and get this resolved. In the meantime, everyone just memorize the items that everyone has, so when it comes back, just shout what's new.
I mean, the audio is still there. Swerb is still in Palace of Darkness.
Guess we'll just have to try and play it by ear.
This is the next to last day of round 2 of this 5-round Swiss. The top 8 will move on to a bracketed knockout afterwards.
All right, it sounds like Swerb exited the basement of Pod there. That's all I know, really. I believe he's going the backside and getting those 2 chests. Sounds like he evaded all his spikes there. It sounds like he's going the backside of Pod. You can hear the falling bridge.
So so Swerb and DarkDyllon both lost in their first round. ProblemsIRL and Walking Eye both won in the first round.
Alright, so Dylan and Swerb fighting for their first win, while Problems and Walking Eye, we'll see who shows who the loss.
Okay, ProblemsIRL heading into gets a Pizza Hut in the only room that you can get to without the hammer in Swamp Palace. DarkDyllon is toward the end of Swamp Palace, has a third sword.
Got tempered somewhere. We don't know if it was left side or if it was earlier on. Finds the big key to Tower of Hera.
Which is useful, but Tower of Hera is a pendant.
Of all the items that they might need, the boots are still there. Got Dylan going into the Argus fight. With Tempered Sword, a much easier fight.
Agreed. Because the puffballs only take one swing.
With Master Sword or Fighter Sword, you have the option of switching to the hammer after hooking one, or even two.
And DarkDyllon makes quick work of Argus. Gets a heart container and a red pendant.
And it was the red pendant. So that means Desert is the last crystal.
Swerb heading into Helmasaur.
Got some tense fighting on the right side of the screen.
And Walking Eye and Trinex. Doing Hammer Trinex because Fighter Sword.
Swerb gets the easy silver kill on Helmasaur. And the big key to Ice Palace.
Interesting.
Not too useful, but it does open up the big chest in there.
Walking Eye through the elemental heads. ProblemsIRL picking up his tempered sword in Swamp Palace. DarkDyllon into Misery Mire.
We'll see possible Bombos check here, if Swerb feels like it. Nope, he's just making a fool out of me. Classic Swerb.
Well, Swerb can get the huge tracts of land. I can recall a seed that had Aghanim required so that you could get Fat Fairy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He doesn't have the book yet, so he can't check. Blue potion and a piece of heart.
And finally, Swerb going to pick up Uncle.
I think it's ready for it's a good time for a swim. An hour and 15 minutes in, Swerb finally checks up on his uncle. Still gets the same reward of flippers.
ProblemsIRL, I think, is going to head over and find out what key that is on the island.
Probably a good check.
It is a pod small key.
That would be the last one.
Problems making the Ice Palace play. Swerb heading up to check Catfish.
And I wonder if Swerb will be checking Zora as well.
I think that's the right. I think this is the right time to route that. Okay, Problems has cleared Ice Palace. He's just going back to get the big chest.
It is hard to keep track of 4 people and what they've done. Oh yeah, that's right. The swamp big key was down there as well.
Desert Palace compass in the I would expect that Chad is right, and Problems is probably heading up to Death Mountain, Darkside Death Mountain, and Turtle Rock from here. And it's just a heart container in the big chest in Ice Palace.
Now that I think about it, has a single person gotten the desert big key at all?
I don't believe so.
So that is still up in the air. Got Dylan finishing off Vitreous right there.
Okay, Chad is asking what is left for go mode. We need the Desert Palace big key, we need Ganon's Tower big key, we potentially need Boots.
Because the big key in Desert was a big key, right?
Yes, it was a big key. One of those two big keys is on the bonk lamp, because we've seen all the rest of the big keys. Now the other question, has anyone checked Rufus Xavier Sasparilla's green pendant item?
I don't recall it being checked. Got Walking Eye checking the sewer part of escape here for the last chest there.
Pedestal Hype is not dead.
It was just checked. I believe it was a piece of heart.
Oh, it was checked. Never mind.
Swerb with a nice bomb jump there.
Desert
There it
Palace
is.
big key.
There it is.
Boots are required.
Where are those boots?
Are they maybe the higher up chest in Castle Tower?
They could be in GT. Or no, they can't. Disregard. I really wanted it to be.
Yeah, they could.
Nah.
They've got
You
the
need
desert.
to be able to. You need to be able to. Oh, actually, no. You're right. I'm not thinking.
Because Desert Palace.
They can be desert. So yeah. This is gonna be quite the adventure. My brain just stopped working for a second.
That happens to all of us.
So if it comes to it, I might ask which chests the boots are gonna be in.
Oh, chat is hoping for the double dip Ganon's Tower seed.
Yep. Because if the boots are there, they'll have to leave and pick up the key. Also, I don't know how many keys they've gotten already for Ganon's Tower. But I think if they get at least one, they're fine.
Yes, if you get at least one, you are you can get there. Walking Eye is in Eastern. He's going to finish off Eastern and possibly pick up the Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla green pendant item. DarkDyllon checked Catfish, found nothing of use. Okay, to answer the question in chat, how can boots be in Ganon's Tower? Because they can beat Desert Palace with what they have. Because they found the big key to Desert Palace.
And they do have a fire source to light the lamps.
And there's fire source to light the lamps. They do not have... But we also know that the big key for Ganon's Tower is on the bonk lamp in Desert Palace.
It was a possibility that the torch was going to have the Desert Palace big key, but with finding it in Hera, it just whittles it down to being the Ganon Tower one.
Nice silver arrow land Mola fight.
Gets the easy one round. Oh, that was another
Ganon's Tower
key.
small key. Pedestal has been checked, and it's not the boots.
It could also be that it could be a fetch quest for the boots, just to elongate it a little bit more. Because it still looks like the shovel and the mushroom have not been found.
I don't believe the powder has been found either.
And that is for the bat there, so fetch quests are still surprisingly very open. So let's sequence all of the fetch quests into one and ending it with the boots there. And it looks like Dylan is going up to check what the pedestal was.
Sick Kid has not been checked to any of our knowledge, so we could have Sick Kid give shovel, Dig Spot has mushroom,
Mushroom has powder.
Vanilla powder to boots.
With a bottle being so scarce early on, it seems like they might have forgotten that Sick Kid was an option.
Yes, Ganon's Tower big key is boots locked.
That is true. If they find the mushroom, they could ignore the powder completely, if they know how to do the powder glitch. Has the Hera small key been found?
It
All
does
these
not
questions.
appear so.
Very interesting. We get the Sick Kid check here. Only a big 20. The powder glitch involves having the mushroom for the Mad Batter. Use the Canis Maria when your magic is empty or it cannot use it, and then you switch to the mushroom and you then use it, and then it'll act as if you had the powder.
I never knew how that worked. Thank you for the explanation.
Well, there you go. Not too hard to do. Looks like Walking Eye is going to attempt the bomb jump. Gonna be kind of close. Unfortunately, does not get it off.
Well, we know where Ganon's Tower Big Key is, and Fire Rod is in Hookshot Cave. We know that Ganon's Tower Big Key is on the Bonk Lamp in Desert.
Swerb with the easy Vitreous fight. No arrows wasted. Despite the as many items as they need, just possibly just the boots, all the other items might be in the way, and makes this a little entertaining. See how the seed wants this to be done.
You know, in the race on top, I have no idea who's in the lead. I would say Swerb is in the lead in the bottom.
For sure. And top, I would give it to Problems just because he hasn't checked Dark Death Mountain yet.
And yes, we are missing a key that leads to a chest. We are missing the Tower of Hera small key.
And I feel like Problems is going to Dark Death Mountain anyway. That's what it's looking like. Check Hookshot Cave and the Super Bunny Cave. And should be getting their Fire Rod. Swerb is finally going to Swamp.
Problems heading through Problems through Super Bunny Cave. Well, to respond to chat, we know where Ganon's Tower Big Key is. We're just looking for the boots to get it.
And with Problems getting that Fire Rod, pretty much I would think cement the trip into Turtle Rock here for a full clear.
Now, did we check both?
In Aga Tower?
Yes.
Yes. Problems did it a bit ago, and I could not remember. I don't recall it being anything.
Yes, Pedestal is just a Pizza Heart. Pedestal is dead.
Walking Eye finishing up that Helmosaur fight, getting the Ice Palace big key. Might make the trip into ice now because of it.
Right, and no one has checked Green Pendant yet.
And is this where the sword upgrade was? Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes, one of the pedestals, the Ether pedestal, was Couch Cash.
So, Bombos Tablet is still a thing.
Bombos Tablet fetch quests.
Dylan going into ice now.
Okay, wait, the frog sprite becomes Bomberman?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Sometimes you just want to have a blast.
And Walking Eye having a little bit of difficulty with that bomb jump.
Some days are good, some days are bad, and fortunately it doesn't look like he's getting that movement just right.
But he does have the big key, so...
That will work. Didn't want to risk using that fairy.
And it's just a heart container in Mimic Cave.
Swerb opting to go for the silver arrow kill. Second try. Not to mention that doing the Ice Palace bomb jump for some people is fairly difficult without the boots. It's hard to get that without a buffer. Oh, and Walking Eye running into that anti-fairy.
And Walking Eye heading down to do Cold Stare.
As we are a little over an hour and 40 minutes in, I would like to suggest everyone to follow the runners. They have graciously let us restream them here. Also, thanks to our trackers who are working tirelessly to keep everything up to date.
Yes, our trackers do a wonderful job.
Especially in these 4-person streams. Can be very, very disorienting sometimes. Swerb just having fun fluting in Thieves Town. Tempered Sword Trinex a lot easier than with the hammer.
Yes, much, much easier than Hammer Trinex.
The no reason flute, I can't argue against it. I'm a man who has done it himself.
I like what chat suggests. Echolocation for blind. And we have a green pendant check. And it's 3 bombs.
Okay. Well, it looks like Problems has all of the crystals except for Skullwood, so he's going to be jumping in there, and then hopefully we'll be open up GT, seeing what goods it has.
I'm trying to think if there's any overworld locations that haven't been checked, other than the obvious ones. Tablet, Bombo's tablet.
Yep. Swerb just getting the book here. Also, did Problems not go into Thieves Town any deeper?
I'm guessing he didn't.
Except
Fat Fairy, huge tracts of land has been checked, but here comes Walking Eye to check it again.
Swerb opting to go hammer blind on some of these hits.
The numbers next to the big key to answer the question in chat are the number of small keys that have been obtained for that dungeon.
Problems entering the second half of Skullwoods here. And it looks like we're getting another catfish check from Walking Eye. Looks like Dylan is getting ready for the Cold Stare fight.
Looks like Swerb may be going up to check the pedestal.
Yep, that's probably one of the few things that he has left to do. After that, he may give Bombo's tablet a shot.
Swerb finding out it is just a Pizza Heart.
The Desert Palace big key is in Tower of Hera. Yeah, it's in the big chest.
And Swerb is heading toward. Swerb is
Bombos.
heading over to Bombos.
So we're getting our first Bombos check. We'll see if that has any progress.
And Bombos tablet has big 20.
Looks like we're getting some more flutes. Must have missed it then. The green pendant was 3 bombs, I believe.
Yes, big green pendant was triple boom.
Walking Eye making their trip into Mire.
Swerb is going to pick up the Ganon's Tower small key on the island. Or, I'm sorry, pod small key.
No one is in go mode yet. We're still a couple items away, possibly. I say couple very strangely because I don't know. Could be a huge sequence just behind that key.
I think it has to be Ganon's Tower. I think it has to be Ganon's Tower at this point. Problems heads into Ganon's Tower.
So here we go with Problems in GT. What chests are the boots going to be in? 1 to 12.
Oh no, we have a shovel
21
already. We got an immediate shovel.
Oh my. It cannot be 22 because you need the boots. Well, we got one of the fetch quest items so far, so we'll see. Swerb breaking that ether tablet, getting the 50 rupees.
Okay, we've got the 4 items in. We've got a big heart. We've got a Desert Palace map. We've got a big 20 and a 5 rupee.
Alright, I'll give it to you there. Alright. 1 to 22 then. Despite the fact that you can't get number 22 then. Which is a shield.
It's a shield. Problems is going to do the full And we've got a mushroom.
That's 2 of them. There they are. Immediately leaves.
Ganon's Tower double dip confirmed.
Ah, nothing better.
And Swerb falls to Trolldorm. Problems picks up his Ganon's Tower big key.
So with that, Problems has everything they need.
Head Swerb just categorically refusing to pick up the blue pen.
Wouldn't be the only one to do that. I've done that before.
And Problems heading up to Ganon's Tower. DarkDyllon heading into Turtle Rock. At the very least, opening it up. Okay, no. DarkDyllon's gonna go into Hookshot Cave first, which is a wise play.
Problems with the quick mimic kills there.
Problem's about to head into the gauntlet.
So we're about to enter the Landmolus fight here. And we'll probably be heading into Ganon's Tower afterwards. So not too far behind.
Oh, nice gauntlet from Probs.
I think he was thinking of using the powder. Unfortunately, no powder to get the anti-fairy there.
Nice and easy Landmo too. Oh, that's a satisfying one cycle.
Yep.
Prob's fake powdering to get the fairies right before Troll Dorm 2.
Unbelievable.
And an easy Troll Dorm 2 fight. Skips right over the Mole Dorm 2, the validation chest.
Decides doesn't need it. I don't blame him. No one's finished
No reason
yet,
to get it.
Now, if only getting it affected the pattern you get here in this Aga 2 fight.
Nice double.
Another double.
Nice double.
Ooh.
Double, double, double.
Very nice. Is oh, Swerb is checking the big key chest there.
Probs heads into Ganon.
Unfortunately, not looking like a sub 2, but still really good. Gets the nice bounce. Firebat's doing their thing and knocking you to and fro.
Probs into phase 3 of Ganon's tower, or of Ganon.
Swerb deciding to go right side. And thankfully ignoring the tile room.
And a nice double silver. ProblemsIRL finishing off Ganon.
Very, very close to sub 2.
ProblemsIRL through the door with the dot done in an official SRL time of 2 hours and 10 seconds. As he has ended the domination of Dr. Wily.
Unfortunately, no one used the Mega Man X sprite, so we can't have the nice pairing there.
Swerb heading into the left side of Ganon's tower.
Swerb about to find. And there they are.
Swerb finds his boots, out he goes. Swerb heading in to get the Desert Palace, or the Ganon's Tower big key from Desert Palace. Welcome! We are joined by ProblemsIRL. Congratulations, GG to you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. What a seed.
It's certainly quite the seed.
It was quite something with those boots. I mean, the whole seed was such a drag. Like that fire rod, the fire rod just I dodged it for so long, and it worked against me. I want to say that fire rod lost me a good like 5 to 10 minutes maybe.
That's possible. I was surprised at how many of the racers went in to do Ice Palace without a fire rod.
I think pretty much all of them did.
Yeah, Ice Palace seemed kind of a fair choice. I mean, at some point it was between Pot that I couldn't clear or Ice Palace, which I could clear, so I just went to Ice. But yeah, that fire rod. The problem with the seed was that the game just gave you everything to beat T-Rock, basically immediately. Like, I was the fire rod away from T-Rock at like 22 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm waiting until I get the fire rod, and then I go up to Death Mountain and beat T-Rock. And then it was up there.
Yep.
Dylan going to check Pyramid Fairy.
We were really wondering where those boots were going to be, and since we encountered none of the fetch quest items, we are very curious as if it was going to be locked behind one of those, or many of those.
That Ganon's Tower was a troll from start to finish anyway. Like, I go into Ganon's Tower, I find the shovel, and then I find the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, the boots show up.
Yes, chat and us were at the point where both the shovel and the mushroom showed up, thinking, "Oh, are we gonna have fetch quest for the boots?"
I saw that and I was like, no way. But then the boots showed up and actually bailed me out. It was nice because at least, you know, the game gave me, or like everyone apparently, gave you every single big key, so at least you knew the one on the torch was the GT big key, so you knew what you were looking for. Like, this could have been way worse if the Thief's Town big key hadn't showed up.
Oh yeah. Because it looked like you were the only one to not beat Thieves Town. I don't recall. Did you go in there just the first time? For the first?
Yeah, the first time I went in there when the first 4 chests, and that was Bombos and the lamp. I don't recall where the Thieves Town big key was, but I think it was T-Rock. So I guess not finding that fire rod for so long did kind of help me, because it made me not go there.
Oh yeah. The item in the big chest in Thieves Town was the Book Medora, so they ended up
No.
checking a couple of other things as well.
Oh yeah, that was another one that could have been in GT from my perspective. Like I was kind of expecting the book after the other two fetch quest items.
Swerb through the gauntlet into Landmolus 2. And easy Silver Arrow 2 cycle.
I have no words. Just what a seed.
Yeah, it was quite something. I was kind of secretly hoping that I would come back here, like would come here and tune into the stream and see someone blind pull the pedestal. Although from what it looks like, DarkDyllon might do it. But yeah, this was definitely a seed where you couldn't blame someone on blind pulling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they ended up doing Thieves' Town as one of the last dungeons, that would be the thing. But unfortunately, most of them did check it at some point, and it was just a piece of heart.
No, I see. Oh right, because they got the book, which I never had. Right.
Yeah.
And DarkDyllon heads into the Mothra fight.
He's about to enter that Aga 2 fight.
Swerb gets through the true final boss. That last room with all the ice and the conveyor belts and the mini Helmosaurs. Only one hit there.
Yep, that looks like just a 1 there.
One there.
There he goes. Problems, you were so close to that sub 2.
Oh my god, I missed it by so little. Yeah, I was wondering about this because it really felt like it could have been sub 2
Oh, for sure, yeah.
if I found the fire rod earlier, but at the same time, finding that fire rod early could have actually been a bad thing because it means you found the Thieves' Town Biki early, so I'm not quite sure if this really worked against me or not. It felt bad finding that fire rod, but maybe it wasn't as bad as I originally thought.
It seemed the way that you did it, it ended up really working out for you. It's just because you didn't have to go into Thieves' Town again and potentially waste more time.
Yes.
Because getting that book just means more time checking things.
Yes.
Swerb in phase 2 of Ganon. Make that phase 3.
And it looks like Walking Eye beat Landmolus, potentially going into Ganon's Tower now. That's what it seems like. Ooh, Swerb getting really close health-wise. Should have it here.
And a nice double to finish it off. Swerb through the door, and a dot done, with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 57 seconds.
Just a little over 10 minutes behind you. Still a very close race, and the uncertainty in it was very tense sometimes.
Yeah, this seed really kept you constantly worried. I mean, it kept me so worried that I actually went back into Ice Palace for a single item, which
Yeah,
already felt pretty bad.
The big chest, right?
Yes.
Walking Eye heading into Ganon's tower. DarkDyllon making the climb for Ganon's tower.
All right, so which chest will Walking Eye find that those boots in?
Goes right side first.
Right
That
side,
is
two
pretty
chests.
standard.
Gets that shovel first. Oh, there's a bit of a pause there.
And he is going to go left side. DarkDyllon heads back into Turtle Rock.
Ooh.
I assume to get the big key chest.
That's the only thing he's got left to check, I believe.
There's the mushroom. And there it is. Thankfully, did not bail at any point.
I was thinking about that too, you know, but that's still an insane gamble to make when there's a total of 22 items you can get in
Yep.
GT to abandon for just one.
It's certainly an option, but the full clear of Ganon's tower is usually the play, unless you feel like you're behind in the seed, and then you just go for that gamble.
Yes, DarkDyllon is heading over to check the the T-Rock big key chest, which is just 5 bombs.
Oh, did someone else check that too?
I believe Swerb did.
Damn.
He's quaking it.
And Walking Eye gets his Ganon's tower big key and heads back towards Ganon's tower.
Gotta show that big key, what do you think of it?
Yeah, because at a time, we didn't know if it was going to be like a vanilla Desert Palace key,
Yes.
or the Ganon Tower big key, and it was certainly going to be something if it was the Desert Palace.
Desert Palace big key would have made that a lot less complicated because that would have meant that the boots are outside GT.
And DarkDyllon heading right-hand side. Any other thoughts on the seed, Probs?
Never opened that Turtle Rock chest. I've been saying that. I've been saying that ever since Keysanity came out, and it worked here as well. Like from what you guys told me, DarkDyllon opened it just now. Swerb apparently opened it. Just don't. Just keep your fingers off that chest. But yeah, everything else.
Welcome, Swerb. GG to you, sir.
Hey, thanks. How was the race to watch?
It was a really race.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that seed?
I kind of mixed feelings. It started out really nice. I don't know, as soon as I went into desert and I saw that big key on the torch, I was like, that's the Ganon Tower big key. I was 100% positive. I mean, it helped that I probably only had like a handful of big keys left, but like I knew. I knew it was gonna come down to boots.
Yeah, early on, I kind of noticed that you end up getting the mitts, the bow, the Canis of Maria kind of early. Just like it's giving you things that usually you end up finding towards the end. So it found its way to get you back one way. Those darn boots.
Walking Eye making his way through the gauntlet. So, Swerb, what were your thoughts when the first chest you opened up in Ganon's Tower was the shovel?
I mean, I wasn't too surprised because I knew like all of the like fetch questy items, the shovel, mushroom, and like powder were all MIA. But like at that point, there's really nothing you can do. You just like you're not gonna leave to go check one item. So it's like I'm just gonna clear everything that I can, and if I don't have boots, I guess we're gonna go check like all those things.
Okay, so there's a question in chat. What is Keysanity? Keysanity is a mode of randomizer where not only are all of the items randomized, but all of the keys and all of the big keys are also randomized where they are. And an unfortunate death for Walking Eye, but he has a fairy.
Well, that must still be that fairy from way back in Pod, I assume.
Yeah, that's funny how like I had 0 bottles and you go into pod and there's like 2 there, and then I go straight to Pyramid Fairy after that, and there's a 3rd one.
I never checked Pyramid Fairy. Was there anything somewhat interesting?
There's a blue potion and like a piece of heart, I think.
Did anyone have butter, actually? I don't think so.
No butter.
Damn. That must be in GT then.
It has to be. That's the only place that wasn't. Everything outside of Ganon's Tower, well, it could be in King's Tomb and it could be in Bonk Rocks, but everything else was checked.
Yeah, I hope that freaks some people out with my my super late uncle check too.
I checked him fairly late and I saw the flickers and I was like, it's not too bad. It could have been way worse, but...
Yeah, like, at that point, it's like, I had plenty of other things to do. But I went to, like, the castle to check the castle items, and, like, I had the cape and the Aghanim Tower key. And so I was like, let's go check all that stuff. I found the pod big key. And I was gonna check Uncle like during all that stuff, but then I found the pod big key, and I was like, well, I can go clear all of pod now, which would let me check the pyramid fairy. So I'll come back for Uncle, and I was hoping people would just think I forgot because Kyong last night was like, all right, just remember to check Uncle and check Egona because I always forget to do those.
A lot of people forget to check Agona.
When I was done, I was really secretly hoping somebody had pulled that pedestal, but apparently everyone found the book, so that's kind of boring.
Yeah, I was a little worried. Like by the time I found that book and like I noticed that the pedestal was like a possibility, and my first tourney match was a pedestal seed, and I was like, I swear to God, if I get a second one in a row, I'm gonna be so mad.
I have still never commentated on a pedestal seed.
I've had back-to-back ice trot on pedestal. That was.
Oh, I've had one of those. And as a reminder, remember, pick up that pendant whenever you kill a boss, and just don't leave.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's really almost no reason not to.
Unless you know you don't need the pedestal. That's why I didn't pick up the mold arm one.
Why didn't you give any love to the bug net, dude?
Was I the only one that didn't grab it?
I didn't grab it.
Yeah, Swerb ignored it as well.
Yeah, I didn't grab that.
I don't got time for that, dude.
Yeah, same.
And plus, like I mentioned, like I didn't run into like a bottle until pods, like
Yeah, exactly.
probably
I didn't
an
have
hour
a
or something
bottle.
in. So like the net would have been useless.
And Walking Eye is fighting Ganon, and DarkDyllon just cleared Landmola 2.
Nice,
The nice
cape
one-cycle
stress.
silver.
It's like Walking Eye should finish it up here. There we go.
That's got it.
It's still a very solid time, especially for a seat destroyer.
Yeah, it started to feel real bad.
Yeah, same.
Walking Eye through the door, and with a dot done in an official SRL time of 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 26 seconds.
'Cause it is important to like keep just like the general like way the seed is on your mind, but like once you start getting that 2 hour mark, you're walking everywhere and you start like wondering like, did I miss something? Did I miss that? And then you finish problems, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, the first finish usually feels pretty bad in these big ones.
Validation,
I felt pretty bad. Okay.
Validation chest has a shield. So 2 shields in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, I skipped that because I hate validation chest in Keysanity. Like I usually open it for the memes, but like the fact that you can even get a text box on top of a useless item just makes it such a turn off for me.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like in this seed, the only thing you could have possibly wanted is like gold, which isn't really very useful at this point.
Well, it gives you the opportunity to one-cycle the first 2 phases of Ganon.
Well, you can do that anyway. It's just a little bit harder and somewhat RNG reliant. Like I one cycled both phases.
Yeah, same.
It does make it easier. But unless I'm like looking for like silvers or I have like Master Sword or something, I usually don't want to bother checking that chest.
Oh, and problems. And problems, by the way, beautiful triple double on Aghanim 2.
I'm glad I got that because I'm a disaster when it comes to Aghanim 2.
Same.
So I'm really glad I got a good fight for one.
Like especially lately, my Aghanim 2 fights have been so bad.
And GG and welcome Walking Eye.
Oh, thanks. GG to Problems. Obviously, you beat me by 20 minutes, so fantastic run by you. That was a heck of a seed. Everybody, please give this guy Problems a follow. He's a fantastic runner. And put me in my place today. So that was a lot of fun. It was a good seed, though. I had a lot of fun in that seed.
Yeah, it was certainly quite the seed.
Those boots.
Yeah, no, the boots were certainly, and the, getting a couple fetch quest items there in Gannis Tower was, that made things exciting. But yeah, overall it was a really fun seed. I obviously had some routing mistakes, some key door opening mistakes, dying mistakes. Shows that the practice to be able to finish 20 minutes earlier like Problems did really paid off, and he's he should be commended for that. So good games to Problem, and I wish you the best of luck in the future rounds of this tournament.
Thank you, likewise.
Yeah, I'll say it was a whole lot of fun to do commentary on too.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for commentating. Thank you for tracking to the tracker. I'm not sure who the tracker is, but tracking on Keysanity, especially 4 players, is not an easy thing at all. So thank you to the trackers, thank you to the commentators, thank you for everybody watching. We got like 400 people in the viewer count right now. I see that we're suffering as I'm dying to cold stare with the hammer, and so yeah, thank you for sticking that out. Give all these people a follow. These people know what they're talking about. These people know how to run this game. They know how to play this game. They know how to talk about this game. They know how to entertain you while they're doing all of those things at the same time. So please give the runners a follow, and give the commentators and the restreamer and the tracker, give everybody a follow. Lots more good stuff like this, and keep watching this tournament.
Yes, absolutely. Keep on watching this tournament. This is just round 2. There's 3 more rounds of the Swiss, and then a top 8 bracket and knockout.
Yeah, very excited to see especially the later stages of this tournament. Very excited to play in the later stages of this tournament. And it looks like DarkDyllon is pulling out a golden B here on Ganon, and now I'm upset that I didn't do that.
So the B was actually a golden B. Nice.
Yeah, I never checked that. But yeah, make sure to give the commentators and trackers a follow. They put in a lot of work for just everybody's entertainment.
Yeah, this is run entirely by volunteers, so thank you everybody.
Yeah, as Walkie and I pointed out, tracking in Keysanity is something. I have trouble keeping track of my own items, so doing it for 2 other people.
It's impossible.
It's actually impossible.
And DarkDyllon through the door with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, 56 seconds.
Still solid.
Well, GG to DarkDyllon. I'm gonna get out of here while DarkDyllon has a chance to say something before stream closes, hopefully. So again, give everybody a follow. What's the follow command? It's like R or something. And then what's the other one? I don't know the other one. Somebody put the other one so you can follow every. Oh yeah.
I just put it in.
See, thank you. Awesome. All right, so thank you all very much. And again, Problems, GG. I mean, that's like 2:08. That is a heck of a time for something like this. So congratulations on that. You should feel really, really good about that.
And good luck for the rest of the tournament, man.
Yeah, you too. You too. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you all very much.
Thanks for dropping by.